All right, guys, welcome to the Vital Real Estate Podcast. We're here with my man, Andrew Dicker.
How you doing?
Real estate agent here in Nashville, Tennessee.
Sure am.
And Andrew, welcome to the show.
Yeah, welcome.
Thanks. Yeah. Well, welcome everyone.
Yeah, welcome everybody. So I've been doing this
Tell us who you are.
7 years.
Okay.
Andrew Dicker. I'm with Blackwell Realty.
Okay.
I started with
local brokerage.
Yep, absolutely. We're in East Nashville.
Yep.
We had an office on Leeville Pike in Lebanon. That's kind of where I cut my teeth. I was on a team with John Blackwell,
Yep.
the owner, for probably 5 years.
Okay.
No, probably 4 years.
Okay.
We were doing probably 30 to 60 deals a month closing.
Wow.
So it was just like...
How big was the team?
We built from... It was John and his assistant and myself to probably 5 people. And then 6 people at one point. But really
so
five.
when it was you, John, and the assistant, like... what was the production level at that time?
Probably 20 or 30 a month.
Wow.
Yeah. So
okay.
it was really...
So this was right out of the gates.
Yeah, right out of the gates.
Oh my gosh.
So it was a really good learning curve. It was really a good way to just solve problems and find out what it takes. So
sure. So what types of deals were y'all doing? Like where was he?
Oh, everything. Double wides, luxury homes, just all of it.
Where was he getting all this business from? That's a massive amount of business.
Well, he's been doing this
foreclosures or
20 years.
Okay.
And a lot of people really liked him.
Yeah.
And the level of service that we provide.
So it's like referrals. He was getting that many referrals.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And that's kind of how we met. Was we talked about online leads and how to work those, and that's was a big part of my business. But I'm actually going more referral structure now, because I have so many past clients.
Yeah.
And they all love me, so it's like it's not a hard sale.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really important part of this business.
Sure. Yeah.
But
absolutely.
You got to start as a buyer's agent.
Yeah. Yeah.
People need to pay for some leads.
Yeah.
And not bitch about Zillow.
Yeah.
It's like, so what?
Yeah.
They have the wrong information, so you can play the hero.
For sure.
When you answer the phone.
Yeah, absolutely.
So.
Yeah. The consumer, Zillow and the Realtor.com, which is kind of how we connected, it's interesting because the consumer doesn't care, right? Like, that's what they use. Yeah. But then the other side of that sword, which everyone, I'm beating a dead horse here, is that it sucks for real estate agents.
Yeah.
And so,
I have people call, when I had Zillow leads at one point, they'd call about houses that sold 2 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely.
Doesn't matter. I'm on the phone with them.
Yeah.
So that's the most important part. And then it's what I tell new agents when I'm doing like training and sales, is the only reason you pick up the phone is to set a meeting.
Yeah.
Like get in front of somebody, and that's when the magic happens.
Yeah.
That's when sales is created.
Yeah.
It's not like
getting belly to belly and
you don't sell over the phone.
Yeah.
I get probably 100 robocalls a day.
Mm-hmm.
And I just hang up on them.
Yeah, for sure.
I try to be nice.
Yeah.
If it's a person.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't sell on the phone. You get in front of people, and that's the only reason to be on the phone.
Yeah. Yeah. So bring it back a little bit before Blackwell and John Blackwell, and I want to actually dive back into that, but I'm sure people are listening and they're hearing a little bit of an accent. So where are you from?
So my story, and this is funny actually, Johnny told me to do this probably 2 years ago. When we first met, we were talking, it's like, you need to tell your story on a video. So you don't have to tell it all the time, which was really good because I was a bartender and a waiter and all that kind of thing for years, and I'd have to go table to table and tell this story.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, make a video. That's awesome. So I did that, and that's actually part of my tagline on my emails now.
Okay.
So people get to put a face to the email.
Okay.
Usually successful.
Yeah.
And then get a little background story.
Sure.
So I'm actually from Wicklow in Ireland.
Yeah.
I moved here in 2004. So
how old were you? How old were you in 04 when you?
I was
22. You moved to Chicago in 04, or like you moved to the States in 04, or you?
I was actually Galena, Illinois.
Okay.
And I was working at my uncle's Irish Cottage Hotel.
Okay.
It's like a boutique hotel.
So when did you move from Ireland though to you?
2004.
Okay.
Yeah.
To work with
the day after Memorial Day.
Got it.
And I moved here. And
we're coming up on an anniversary.
Man, America just loves its flags. There's flags everywhere. I just thought that was normal.
Yeah, we do. It's very,
But it was Memorial Day weekend,
yeah.
So So that was funny, but yeah, I did that, and it was kind of seasonal. And then I met a girl and moved into Chicago. Did that, ran out of money.
Yeah,
but
Chicago will do that.
Well, I was working for Sidcor, so it was one of those like, I don't want to say pyramid scheming.
Okay.
Very sales driven.
Okay.
Business to business sales.
Yeah.
Their client was Quill.
Okay.
Which I think is a part of Staples.
Okay.
So we were selling office supplies.
Okay.
And we were, cutting people deals on paper to get in front of them, and then
a little Dunder Mifflin action.
Oh yeah,
Office in real life.
Totally, it was crazy.
Selling paper.
It was crazy.
I love it.
So that was the kind of thing where you'd make 1,000 in 1 week and then nothing the next week. So it was like, I just can't do this.
Yeah.
But I learned everything about sales in that job.
Yeah.
Because I was training other people in sales as well. So I took all that with me.
Yeah.
For life. And then I moved to Nashville in 2005.
Yeah. So what brought you to the States originally? Like, what made you want to?
Well, I had an opportunity when I was 20. I think I came over and looked at the Irish Cottage Hotel. You just need Irish workers.
Sure.
If you're Irish anywhere in the world and you walk into an Irish bar, you're going to get a job immediately.
Yeah.
So it's nice. It's a nice perk. But I did that for... So that was 20, and I was like, there's no way I'm moving to America until I'm 21 at least.
So you can work in a pub or whatever.
Exactly. I was like, I'm not going to come over here and like, not be able to go to a pub or hang out with friends or whatever. Yeah. So I did that when I was 22 in the summertime.
Yeah.
Moved on over. Didn't think that I'd move back. Or didn't think that I'd stay.
Yeah.
And then
quality of life there, like, it's not a third world country. Like, you enjoyed living there.
All my friends are there.
Yeah.
I loved it. Yeah. But the opportunities here, I was just like, I'm not going to go back. And then, of course, I met my wife. And we worked together at Mafiosa's in 12 South.
Mm-hmm.
And,
pizza place.
Yeah, like
listeners.
eight years.
Pizza
Shout
and beer.
out to Mafs.
Yeah.
I was there with her for 8 years.
Okay.
So got into real estate. So John and Christy Blackwell were regulars of mine. Every Sunday, I'd just feed them Guinness, and they would we got to know each other that way.
That's cool.
And they'd see me take like 27 tables. Mm. So when he started his own brokerage, he's like, that's the guy. Mm-hmm. And I think he asked me 3 times. I told him no twice.
Wow.
Because I was like, no, I'm making money here.
Yeah.
What I thought was money.
Making real money, yeah.
Yeah. So then,
to that point though, like, 'cause I bartended at waiting tables through college and was like in the restaurant industry in high school. And there's nothing like walking out with like a couple $100 cash in your hand.
Yeah.
You feel like it's just a fun feeling that.
Yeah, I was a closer and my wife was a closer.
Yeah.
So we'd both, stay till 3 a.m. and just rake in the cash.
Yeah.
And then we'd go in on Sundays during the day. That's how we got to know John and Christy. And would send the hungover person home after they set the restaurant for us.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
And she'd take the inside, I'd take the outside, and be like, all right.
Just shut it down, just run the show. Yeah. Cool.
So it's
cool deal.
Good times.
Yeah. So, okay, and so then you turned him down twice. Mm-hmm. He ends up recruiting you. You're essentially drinking out of a fire hose. Y'all are doing 20, 30 deals, right?
Yeah, off the bat,
Yeah, that's awesome. And so the team starts to grow. And you were with him for 4 years, you said, on his team?
I think it was 4 years, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
What made you go out kind of on your own?
John decided to kind of retire, take a back seat.
Sure.
And then I was like, oh, okay, what does that mean? Do you want me to just take over your leads and run the team for you? And he's like, no, we're disbanding the team. I was like, okay.
Interesting.
That was just before New Year's Eve, I think.
So he was just burnt out. He didn't want to have anything to do with it?
He still works super hard.
Okay.
Like he's developing a lot now.
Sure, okay.
Flipping, developing, building.
That makes sense.
But it was time for, and he was always like, I can't afford you anymore anyway. Like, you sell enough that you should be on your own. So that was a bit of a shock, but it was like, okay, well, let's do this. Mm-hmm. So that's when, I think it was January 2nd, I started doing getting up at 5, making live videos, all that kind of stuff. Now I've kind of fallen off with that now.
Oh, January of this year?
No, 2 years ago when I started. Yeah, when I was independent.
Okay, so that was 2 years ago you went independent.
Yeah, and I was like, I got to do this the right way.
Yeah.
Because I was freaking out.
For sure. You're like, what do I do now?
Yeah. But no, it's been usually successful.
Yeah.
And really what I did was I worked my circle. Mm-hmm. And take all of those, 30, 60 deals a month that we were doing, and all the ones that I processed and all the ones that I sold.
So he's totally cool with you
I
still obviously like marketing to all those people. And,
For sure.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah. So, and no, he still has his clients, but the ones that I really, I was the face-to-face guy.
Sure.
I just pulled all them out.
Sure.
So I go old school. I do like newsletters every month.
Nice.
Not reinventing the wheel. That's what John does.
Mm-hmm.
He probably sends out 2,000 a month.
Mm-hmm.
I probably send out about 350.
Mm-hmm.
And that's actually a big deal because
Yeah.
I don't even talk about houses.
Mm-hmm.
I just talk about my family on
You
there
do it every month.
every month.
Is there like, do you sign off with like Andrew Dicker Blackwell Realty? Like, is there any real estate verbiage on the flyer at all?
No,
Like,
there's
are there
listings
little
that
plugs?
Blackwell has as the company. There's listings that I have.
So you send them a newsletter that's about your family, and then like kind of in the bottom or something, there's just some
It's actually
listings.
4 pages.
Okay.
The last page you just fold over. That's where it's like
Okay.
a postcard almost. But no, it's 3 pages of real estate actually.
Okay.
But the blurb is handwritten by me every month.
Okay.
It just talks about my family.
Got it.
And I kind of do that too when I show houses. I don't talk about houses.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm talking about them.
You're getting to know
myself.
the person. You're building the relationship.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
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 It took me a year of really hard deals. Really just, it was like bad luck almost. It was like, and I don't believe in luck, but
I get you. Yeah.
it was just really bad every single process because I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
And what I was failing to do was recognizing that this isn't about the check. It's not about the real estate. It's about the relationship.
Yeah.
And that all changed for me once I realized that.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the best agents are 2 things. You've got phenomenal marketers, but I mean, to be able to like get the repeat and referral business and to grow that side of things, you've got to be highly relational and like build relationships with people and care about people and take care of people.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'll go into a house and if they don't like it, we'll leave.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, let's go.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I don't care.
Probably don't even get out of the car sometimes. They pull up.
Well,
and
it's
like,
just it's like let's not list the reasons why you hate this place. Let's
For
go.
sure.
Let's go find.
You hate it. I get it. Let's go to the next one.
Yeah, and I play devil's advocate a little bit. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, look at the carpet, look at this, whatever. But it's like, let's move on to the next thing.
Sure.
And then people learn that. They learn that's what the experience is going to be like.
Yeah.
With me, is like, we're not wasting time here.
I was very much the same. I'm not super in production anymore, but my thing was, we could walk in a house. If you said you didn't like it, let's just leave. Like, there's no point of like looking at the kitchen and the like everything else. If you hate the house right when you walk in, we don't need to see the rest of it.
Yeah.
And so, but on the other side, as you build those relationships with your buyers, you start to really know what exactly they want. And so so the other side of that coin is sometimes we walk into a house that I know is perfect for them.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not about me being a salesperson. It's like, I have your best interest at heart. I know what you want. Like, let's spend a little more time here and like let's talk about this one because I think this is the one for you.
You start listening to perks. It's like, we had this conversation. This is why this is going to be good for you. School zones, whatever it is. I try to find out what really motivates people.
Sure.
And then motivate them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that just comes through conversations.
Yeah.
I'm cracking jokes most of the time.
Oh, absolutely.
At a house.
Yeah.
It's like, I want you to like me. I want you to work with me. You
Yeah.
know? But yeah, that lesson was probably the biggest thing. Just learning that. And that's why people keep coming back to me. And that's why they want to read my newsletter. Because I ask people all the time, do you actually read it? And they're like, yeah, every month.
Really? Wow. So you send out 350 of them. People are reading it. Like, what kind of? I would imagine that's kind of hard to track from a result standpoint. But maybe it's not. I mean, do people reach out to you and they say, "Hey, thanks for sending me all the newsletters. I'm ready to buy or I'm ready to sell." Like, what kind of results has that?
Absolutely, they do.
Yeah.
It comes in like, "Oh, hey, I'm friends with so and so. You sold my house last year.
How
I'm
much?
taking a look in." Like,
how is it like, are you getting deals like that like every month, would you say?
Absolutely.
Every week? Like, what's the frequency?
yeah, you probably get two to 3 deals a month out of that.
That's awesome. And that's from, 350 people. That's a lot, but are those all past clients or is it just your sphere?
All past clients and then also sphere as well.
Okay.
Anybody I talk to if I'm at a restaurant.
Yeah.
And I end up, of course,
So it's your sphere. It's your sphere.
For sure.
Which includes past clients.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what to me I think is really cool and encouraging about that is that there's people out there who have much bigger spheres. It's like, so if like they might be listening or watching, and they've got 1,000 people, but they're not loving up on those people.
Well, all of those people they know me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I stay top of mind. I mean, I'm a broker for attention.
Yeah.
I think it's Gary
Yeah,
Vee's
that's awesome.
line.
Yeah.
And that's really what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just trying to stay top of mind
Yeah.
all the time. John Blackwell used to say that it was like, who is it?
I'm all about that. I'm all about that.
Yeah, it's
Get the attention.
What is it? Who is it? The Kay's Jewelers. Kay's Jewelers sends you a thing every month, right? Throw it straight in the trash.
Yeah. You don't need it until you need it.
Until you're looking for a ring.
Yeah.
Who you gonna call?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it is. And it was actually a really good lesson for me last week. I did a client appreciation barbecue. We picked last weekend, which was graduation weekend.
Oh, wow.
Bad idea. But that wasn't important. I had maybe 6 past clients, sets of past clients, families show up to it.
Wow.
We fed them barbecue, beer, whatever. But that wasn't the important part. That was just the perk of calling 200 people. So you sit down.
Huge point.
Yeah, and I got to call 200 people. I got 2 deals out of it.
Huge point. Yeah.
I've got a guy who's his brother's coming into town buying a 2.5.
Wow.
Because he remembered, oh, yeah, my realtor.
Wow. Yeah.
So, yeah, he's coming in on the 22nd of June. So, of course, I'm going to meet that guy.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
And really, that's, people almost feel like when you call them, they feel like they have to give you something almost. I'm not like harassing people.
Yeah, you could call them and just be like, hey, how's it? You could just talk shop. You could talk about the Titans.
You take...
And then they're like, so real estate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you take... What I do is I take... Okay, we're in May right now. I'll take May's sales from last year and call and give them a 1-year checkup. Hey, do you want to know where your values are now?
Yeah.
It's just creating a conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course they do. And they're like, oh, well, actually, I've got a friend who wants to live over here. Or, they always, they feed
They
you.
feel like, yeah.
Yeah. So it's just, it's picking up the phone
Yeah.
and really getting out there
Yeah.
in front of people. So
This is really good because there's a lot of very practical things. Like everything that you're saying is extremely practical. And so, for people who are like, okay, what are some things that I could do right now, right away to start like really growing my business? And the other thing about that is it's a really strong foundation. Like it's just built on like the foundational things that work, like relationships. And so just getting out there, connecting with people. One of the things, so this is interesting. When I was doing these like music videos, these like parody music videos, and they'd get like tons and tons of views.
By the way. Amazing.
Initially, I think they kind of backfired because people thought, so because I wasn't following up on the back end with the personal touch, it doesn't matter to me, like postcard or like message, email, like whatever, because I wasn't reaching out to people on an individual personal level to communicate in some way that, hey, you matter to me. Like I would like to, like you are in my like line of sight. Like I see you, like I'm reaching out to you, not even necessarily just asking for business, but just trying to make those conversations and asking for business at times and just having real estate conversations. But anyways, because that wasn't going on, what happened was people were like, oh, Johnny's like, he's too busy now. Like he's doing these like videos and like he thinks he's a hot shot, which couldn't be further from the truth.
Yeah.
I was like, let me do these videos. I'll get a bunch of attention. Leads, will pour in. But those didn't really start working until you match it with a strategy on the back end of following up with people and
I did.
just letting people know
made
that you
that
care.
mistake last year. I think it was December. Posting about some $1 million homes that I was like $2-3 million homes I was looking at. Because it's like, this is cool,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But then you're like,
and
no.
cool Andrew becomes fancy Andrew.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, no, let's not do that anymore.
Yeah.
Because people do sometimes call me and say, are you too busy to do this or whatever? I'm like, no, of course not.
Yeah.
That's what I do 7 days a week. I'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't want to give people that impression at all.
Yeah. I've seen one thing that I've seen cool that like just talking to top producers in various parts of the country and like really, really big mega agents that works and that they figured out is kind of this conversation that we're having. Like what's the right What types of things should I be talking about, and how should I kind of present myself? And one person, like I was talking to someone last week, and I really liked what they did. So they're not bashful about, hey, here's what I'm doing. Like, we're selling a lot of real estate, selling luxury real estate, we're selling all kinds of real estate, but always communicating. We are never too busy. Like, when we want to work with you, this is what we do.
For sure.
And we're professionals, and we're never too busy for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And people need to know that. And
yeah.
We do this 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Because we love it.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's another reason I don't talk about houses. I mean, I've always equated it to, this is like, so you remember when like your dad was able to afford a camcorder for the first time in the 80s or whatever, and they always inevitably do the tour of the house.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is the kitchen.
Yeah.
And look in here. It's like, why are you commenting over what we're already seeing?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So they can see it's granite countertops.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not what's important.
Yeah, I always laugh, like, and like, I've got friends that on HGTV and stuff, but like, I always laugh, it's like, look at the granite countertops.
Yeah.
Look at the hardwood floors. I'm like they have eyeballs. They can see the granite countertops. They can see the hardwood floors. I'm like, hey, you like it?
I'm just trying to figure out what your problem is and how I can solve it.
Yeah,
that's
for sure. For sure.
And then creating the relationship at the house is all part of that.
Yeah.
But you got to do 20 no's to get to a yes sometimes.
Yeah.
And people set what they're looking for in the beginning is never what they end up buying.
Yeah.
And they have to go through that learning curve.
Yeah.
So you have to be present for them. But
yeah,
it's, I love it enough that you can do this 7 days a week.
For sure. And still love it. Yeah.
And still love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So referrals, and is that the one piece of marketing that you do for your sphere, which the
yeah, and then the follow-ups as well. That's been huge. Just staying top
the 1 year
of mind.
calling, bam, bam, bam.
Facebook is like, it's not even a personal Facebook page anymore. It's all business.
Yeah.
As much as I really want to get on there and start shouting at people.
Yeah.
I don't do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
you mean like just your not how you use it, but when you get on Facebook, all you see is business, is what you're saying?
Absolutely.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I don't put any personal opinions on there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't comment on anyone else's personal opinions. Just don't care about that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all noise anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But that's me, just staying top of mind.
Mm-hmm.
Do something funny on there, or just something about a house or whatever it is. And I had to outsource that for a while, whereas having people post, just articles and what colors are in, and it's like, nah, it needs to be a little more personal than that. So
yeah.
But I mean, that's where it's all at right now. Is social media.
So you're getting a good amount of business from.
Yeah, I mean, Tin Blue.
Yeah. Hey,
shout out.
I'll pay you too, man.
I actually got
I'm not asking people to do this.
I got a lead, like...
Andrew's one of our first clients at Tin Blue. Super excited about that.
I actually got a lead from when I was sitting over here before the interview.
Oh, really?
So I was like, I wonder if I get one while in the interview. Work it live. But
that'd be awesome. Actually,
Yeah.
That would be. You should. If one comes in, you should call.
I totally will.
Yeah,
I totally will.
Yeah.
And that's the thing for new agents too, is just pick up the phone, guys.
Yeah.
It's like,
it ain't gonna bite you.
And you get a lead, you run with it in the first 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. It's because I think it's 90% of people will work with the first agent they talk to. First lender.
That was one of the things I was so, like, as just getting to know each other, that was so impressive to me, was just your ability to convert online leads. And I'm like, what's the catch? There's no catch. It's just you're doing what you're supposed to do. You're calling them immediately. You're texting them immediately. You're emailing them immediately, and you're consistent.
Well, I try to bring them some value.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see the square footage. You can see the number of bedrooms. You can see the pictures online.
Mm-hmm.
But the value is me saying, they're like, well, I don't want to meet at the house. I'm like, let me go buy you coffee. I'm going to bring my laptop and show you what's really going on in the market.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that. Bringing them some value.
Mm-hmm.
They can get all that stuff online. So you need to bring them some things they might not be thinking of.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of try to take over.
Sure.
It's like, this is what we're doing next.
Yeah. Which you have to, because otherwise, like, I mean, they're counting on you to do that. They're not a real estate agent.
Exactly, and they want an expert,
mm-hmm.
and they just don't want to have to make those kind of decisions. it's a hard enough decision to move anyway. So it's like they don't want to have to learn all this stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
people have a hard time figuring out what to eat for dinner. You know?
absolutely.
Like, so the more that you can help people make decisions,
Yeah.
and you can be shrewd about it and do it in a way that's not like overtly aggressive or weird, but you can just help them make decisions. They love it.
And the thing about the leads and capturing them quickly is like if you look at Kroger, for example, they've spent millions, or Target, millions on what kind of music to play, how to get people in shopping mode.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The gift of a lead online is they're already in shopping mode.
Mm-hmm.
So capture them while they're like that.
Yeah, for sure.
When I was selling office supplies up in Chicago, what we do is bring in the paper price. And they're like, yeah, that sounds awesome. So once they sign up for the paper, then they get the catalog. But we have a catalog with us too.
Oh, let's look at the paper clips. Let's look at.
Well, here's our catalog. Just look through that while I'm filling out your paperwork, and we would take our sweet time.
Oh, what about this? What about this?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'll add it to the order. Add it to the order. And that's how we got them, because we got them into shopping mode.
Mm-hmm.
Once they say yes, that's it. They're in shopping mode. So, and that's what you want. That's. Are we good there?
Yeah, we're good.
When people are reaching out online, they've already made that first step.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and there's people. I've seen people that'll leave a lead 2 days and not even answer. Like,
yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, what are you doing? Why are you spending money on online leads?
And that's what I mean about don't complain about Zillow. Don't complain about this. It's like you need to take the steps and do it properly.
Yeah.
And then complain.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I was spending probably 50 to 60 G's a year on online leads, but I had stuff locked down too. Green Hills, on Realtor.com, 37211, 208, 207. Goodlettsville was actually probably my best one.
Yeah.
Because if you live in Goodlettsville, you're gonna you're gonna push out to Jolt and White House.
So 50, 60 grand annually on leads, like obviously you must have been getting a pretty good ROI from that.
For sure.
Like what would like a 50, 60K, like what would that bring in commission?
So they actually went downhill. Mm-hmm. When Realtor.com changed how it did things, which is absolutely terrible. Because Realtor.com is owned by the Association of Realtors.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't want to speak bad on them, but you're kind of...
Well, that's kind of why we're working together.
You're kind of finding us, you know? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You're kind of finding us for trying to get leads from what we own. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think they'll come back to the standard model.
Yeah.
And that's when I'm going to try to grab all the leads.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna take care of that for you. You're gonna need it. You're not gonna need it.
Well, I think we've been like up and running.
Yeah.
Live with you for... Is it about 8 days now?
Ish. Yeah, I think so.
Maybe 10 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like 9 leads have already come over.
Yeah. And we're about to turn up the volume too, so.
Yeah. And, some of it is longer term and some of it is short term. And that's just how leads work.
Yeah.
So you got to have this traffic coming in.
Yeah.
And new agents are always like, well, who's going to give me leads? It's like, go buy them.
Yeah.
It's worth the money.
Yeah.
If you know how to work them right.
Yeah. And that's the thing too about us is like we literally you have to apply to work with us, not because we're jerks or we think we're hot shots.
Yeah.
But we want to make sure, like, if you're not going to follow up, we're not going to sell you leads. We don't want your money because you're going to waste your money. And then you're going to say, oh, that guy and that company, when it's like, no, you didn't follow up. You don't have any systems and procedures in place to follow up with leads. And so a lot of people, a shocking number of people will spend money on leads and then just not follow up.
I'll rush it to you. Tell me to F off.
Buy or die. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's because you're not my friend.
Yeah.
You're a lead now.
Yeah.
We become friends.
Yeah.
When you get to work with me.
I love it.
But there's people that are just calling leads once. Oh, they didn't answer.
Yeah.
Sweet. Send them an email.
Yeah.
And then call them and see if they got the email.
Yeah.
And then send them a text.
Yeah.
And now you can text leads or text MLS info.
Yeah.
Where you weren't able to do that like the last couple of years or before that. So that's great too.
Yeah.
Because some people just like to text. They don't want to answer the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. That's awesome. So you've enjoyed being on your own the past couple of years and kind of just doing your own thing and
Yeah. The money's been great as far as the cut. and then just the opportunity, because now it's all me.
Yeah.
So I get to control the experience, and that was hard on any team.
Yeah.
Is you got your top guy, and you're telling people these things, and they're calling him just to hear the same information. I mean, the same advice. And it's like, no, I don't want to get undercut anymore. So
Sure.
when it's just you from start to finish, it's you set that experience.
Yeah.
You know, and I love that.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah.
So
makes
truly sense. Like self-employed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's always
full
been good.
boss mode. Yeah.
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 Yeah, I love that. So
yeah, it's always a fun transition. And it, like you said earlier, like it's intimidating at first. It's like, okay, it's all on me now, but it's a good thing. I mean, for some people, like honestly, I'm not a big rah proponent of like go be whoever you want, like because some people just don't have the chops. Yeah. Like you got to know yourself and know like you got to know who you are and like what your palate is and what you're capable of. And some people, and also too, like what they want in other areas of life. Like you can't say, "Hey, I want to go on X amount of vacations a year, and do this and spend this much time with like all these friends, and also sell 500 houses a year."
Yeah,
it doesn't work like that, you know. It's and so, like I'm really big on, hey, okay, screw the rah. Who are you? What's most important? What's really most important to you? Take away business. Is it like a ton of free time? That's fine. Like if that's what you value in life, like structure your business that way. You'll be way happier working on a team.
You're working towards goals then.
Yeah, selling enough houses to to get by, make $60,000. Like whatever that number is. Do that and be happy with that, knowing that. But like, if you really are like a grinder and need to push, like you are, like
If you ever see how much real estate you get done the week before vacation, I'm actually going on vacation next week.
I feel that, dude, 1,000% right now because I've got twins on the way. People have always said, hey, wait till you have kids. You're gonna like, you don't like, you think you're a hard worker now, like wait till you have kids, and I would like internally laugh and feel disrespected. I'm like, you don't know me. Like I'm the hardest worker that I know. It's how I feel. Yeah. And then like, but with these twins on the way, like it's at a like, I don't know that I could work more hours, but like I'm so much more efficient because it's the same kind of vacation thing. It's like I have something like really, really big coming that's going to affect my schedule in a huge way and kind of like take me out of the game a bit for a little bit of time. And so it's like, I need to get this done. I need to get this done. I need to get this done. I need to get this done now.
Yeah.
I've been dragging my feet on this podcast for a year.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I want to create this fancy studio and like blah, blah, blah. I'm like, this is perfect. Let's just go. Like, let's go. You know, like, let's go.
Yeah.
So
I love that. And that's what people need to do is create those kind of things for themselves. Okay, I've got this vacation to look forward to. I'm going to cram all this in. Or, hey, I'm going to take some time and go with my wife to a restaurant this weekend. I'm going to cram all this in. Yeah. Just create those steps for yourself.
Yeah, that's good.
And it's completely realistic, because you can just make that part of your normal life rather than just going through the motions,
Yeah.
But that's twins on the way, huh?
Yeah, twin boys. We're super excited. So my wife she's huge. We had a doctor's appointment this morning, just kind of routine maintenance, oil change type stuff. We got to do that every 3 weeks because anytime you're having multiples, it's like a high risk pregnancy or whatever. Yeah. And so everything's been good. Like, I feel bad for my wife. She's 5 foot tall, and she like hasn't gained any weight other than her stomach. Of course. And both of the boys, they're tracking like they call them singletons is the verbiage. So single children. So like. Normally twins, like if you've got twins or triplets or whatever, they're going to be a little smaller. So both of them are 4.5 pounds right now. And so that's the size of a baby.
So you're like, what, 2/3 through?
So she's due early July.
Oh, wow. So
we're in the home stretch, and they're in hyper growth mode, so they get much bigger, like they're growing exponentially right now. Yeah. And
it's amazing though.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Like,
that's definitely something to work towards.
I'm ADD. I've been so ADD my whole life. But one thing that's always been super, super consistent is like, I want to be able to be an amazing. I want to be a dad, and I want to be like the best dad.
Yeah.
Like that's been one thing that's just always been consistent.
It'll
So,
definitely make you work hard.
yeah.
I mean, it's
yeah,
like
be more efficient.
kids when they're young, not that expensive.
Yeah.
But then, things like my daughter, for example, is a really good gymnast.
Okay.
Like gold medals, that kind of thing.
Oh, wow.
So
how old is she?
She's 9.
Okay.
So
I didn't know this.
Yeah, so she's been brought into now the competition team.
Oh, wow.
And that's like, boom, $5,000. You're like,
wow.
Oh, wish she wasn't so good.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
But we're like, girl, just work hard and take us to the
We're
Olympics.
going to support you, yeah.
And she practices all day, every day.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I think it's 3 hours Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then at home she's got like a bar. We just set up her playroom with all those mats. So the whole playroom is just matted.
Yeah.
So she just spends.
So parenting advice actually. But it's kind of related to real estate. So you mentioned earlier, which I love. The best thing about that client appreciation barbecue that you had, and you had 6 families come out, was all the calls leading up to it. And so obviously, like whether your daughter, she's 9 years old, realizes this or not yet, she is building an amazing adult with character and work ethic and integrity by putting in that time right now at 9 years old. And so, like, do you communicate this to her at 9 years old? Like, hey, listen, this is like what you're doing now. Like, it's going to really set you up. Like, whether you win or lose, or do you just kind of stay away from the topic?
No, we could definitely talk to her about that.
Yeah.
She's super smart.
Yeah.
But we're kind of letting her do it organically as well, because she doesn't always win.
Yeah.
And you can
that's more of what I was asking. So, like, in those
she's
points,
not smiling on that podium in third place, But I want her to be that way. I want her to have drive and be competitive.
Yeah. And so that's what I'm asking. So, like, at those points when she does, like, the times when she does lose, do y'all come? Do you follow up and say, "Hey, well, listen,
we talk about
you put in all this work. Like, even if you lose, even if you never go to the Olympics, like, you're set up to win," or do you just stay away from that because it's losing?
No, we've stayed away from that for now.
Got it.
But we do we talk to her about competitions and what they really mean.
Yeah.
And that kind of thing.
Yeah. So we're talking about the same thing.
Yeah, it's definitely a great foundation.
Yeah.
She does work really hard. My son, on the other hand, just not into it.
Not his thing.
Not his thing.
How old is he?
He's 11.
Okay.
So he's like the computer game guy. So,
okay.
We've tried him in basketball. We've tried him in karate, MMA.
Yeah.
And he'll do it for a while until his friend quits. And he's like, nah.
You know what's interesting, too, about living in the world that we live in 2019 is that there are legitimate, like, economic opportunities for gamers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like, you as a dad in 2019, like, if your 11-year-old son's like, Dad, like, nah, like, I want to be a gamer. Yeah. It's like,
we're thinking about pushing him towards coding.
Like, how do you, that's good.
Because I think that would be great for him. When I started with computers, I was probably 10.
Yeah.
And my uncle was like, he worked for IBM, and he's like, you're not allowed to play this game until you code for a while. So I started out on like BASIC, computer language, BASIC A, QBasic.
I didn't know you coded.
Way back.
Okay.
I don't know C++.
Okay.
But it was his way of saying you got to do an hour of this before you get to play whatever game it was.
Yeah, smart.
Smart. DOS.
Smart. Cool.
Yeah, it was cool. So
bouncing back to real estate, we took a little tangent, but it's all good. What have you had any like low points? Because I mean, from the sounds of it, that sounds like a dream. Like coming into real estate, being able to sell 20, 30 properties a month, even at
my first year was a nightmare.
Yeah,
absolutely. Every single deal I touched just turned to shit. Absolutely.
Wow.
And it was just a hard lesson. It was really hard. And John being on John's team, it was like you're gonna have to learn this stuff. I'm not gonna babysit you every day. He's busy.
Yeah.
Which was great. So I really, actually really enjoyed that looking back on it. But yeah, I was just messing stuff up.
Yeah.
I really learned the process that way though.
Yeah.
If you're doing lots of business, it's lots of problems.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was probably the only low point was the first year.
Okay.
But I love it so much that I don't think there's a lot.
You stuck with
I have some really good stories.
Let's hear your best story. Let's hear the best.
I can't tell it.
Let's hear the best one that you can tell.
I have too many.
Let's hear the best one that you can tell.
Too many. Oh look, my wife's calling. Too many Facebook friends.
Okay.
That are clients.
Okay, got it.
So I can't go into it.
All right.
Off air, I will tell you a really good one. Though.
Okay. Cool. So
if you guys ever meet me, I'll tell you that story too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good one.
So if you're an agent, so they can understand and like relate to like who they're listening to, and like what was your kind of what was your best year in production volume? Like what's that been?
So last year I did 17 mil.
So you know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So
just me. I think it was probably 65 deals.
65 deals, 17 million.
Mm-hmm.
And would you say like 50-50, like 50% online leads, 50% referrals, 75% online leads, 25% referrals? Like what was the...
It's, probably, it might have been about 50-50.
50-50?
For most of the year. And then things started tapering off in probably October.
As they normally do.
Yeah, and the market, not really in Tennessee in the last few years, have been so fever pitch any time of year.
Yeah.
But now it's like more normal.
Yeah.
And I kind of enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm not going in with the expectation that I'm going to get your house sold in 3 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But now if you price it right, you can still do that.
Yeah.
But it's people have relaxed a little bit.
So it sounds like been able to really hang your hat and build that $17 million a year business on 3 things: just posting on social media, just life, right?
Yeah.
Online leads, and then sending out the 4 things: sending out the mailers once a month, and then calling people once a month.
It's really just creating that relationship.
Yeah.
And people know they can call me any time of the day, 7 days a week, with questions.
Yeah.
And I kind of set up those things. I plant those seeds.
Mm-hmm.
Even at a closing, I'm like, I'm still your realtor, right? Like, this isn't where we part ways.
That's good.
I'll call you in a few days to just see how the move went. Always, send people a gift basket and all that stuff too. And that's just part of the process. But it's about keeping yourself top of mind.
Yeah.
And people know that they love you and trust you. Yeah. At that point. I mean, the real estate is it's a life move for people.
Sure.
So you get to know them real well.
Definitely.
And
absolutely,
you nurture that.
You're in their life.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you have to listen to the "you're gonna help us move" joke every time, but it's
Oh yeah.
But
yeah.
I'm like, it's a bad back, guys. Bad back.
Yeah.
But
so that's so people want to take it to the next level. Just go out there, start building relationships. Mailers work.
You're a new agent, you're going to be a buyer's agent.
Yeah.
That's how you're going to start.
Yeah.
You're going to create those relationships for a couple of years. Young people, I tell them, listen, we're not looking for the perfect house. We're looking to get you on the property ladder, and you're going to sell in 2 years. So I'm already planting those seeds too, and they need to. As soon as you can avoid capital gains, you should be selling because you're young, you don't have kids, you're not tied down, and then roll your equity into the next house.
Smart.
And in 2 years' time, do it again.
Very smart.
And that's. I
love the seeds, planting the seeds. Yeah.
Absolutely. And every conversation in real estate has a purpose.
Yeah.
And if you find that purpose, then just work towards it.
Yeah.
You're not just going through all this through the motions willy-nilly. It's planned for sure.
Cool. So, random last question. So I know you spend a lot of time working in bars, bartending. What's your favorite beer?
I'm a Budweiser guy.
Budweiser, my man. I love it. Bud Heavy. That's gangster right there. You gotta be a real gangster
Bud
to
Heavy.
Just own some Bud Heavy. That's my jam.
I used to drink MGD up north.
Okay, so you're like a simple beer kind of guy. You wouldn't say you're not a beer snob at all.
Not at all.
Okay.
I don't like IPAs or anything like that.
Interesting.
Too much meat in them.
Yeah. I got you.
Want a cold. It's so hot outside.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of these guys are in Tennessee, but it's
it's hot in the South right now.
95 right now.
Yeah, it's super hot. Yeah.
Cold beer.
Bud Heavy, awesome.
Bud Heavy, yeah.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Andrew, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it. Yep. All right, guys. Thanks so much. See you next time.
See ya.